Okay, are you going?
Yeah, it's going.
Okay, so let's start at the shrub key then. I believe that's on page 44? 47? 47.
Okay. Leaves and or branching habit, usually opposite or whorled, sometimes alternate above, opposite below, or leaves and or branching habit, usually alternate, basal, or in loose rosettes.
I think it's all three.
Okay, what do you think?
Sounds like a good answer to me.
Huh?
I think this is a compound leaf and each one's individual.
What do you think?
Me?
I could
Yeah.
be wrong.
Uh,
I think this is one. It might.
I think they're alternate.
I do too.
Okay, cool. 2. Leaves compound or leaves simple and or basal. Sometimes palmatifid, or fascicle or
Pinnatifid.
but not compound.
Simple or compound?
I think they're compound.
What is a leaf? Look real close. You might need a lens.
I think there's little buds in
Little bugs?
that.
Buds.
Little buds?
Are they just like So they are simple.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're simple, right? They're simple and sessile.
Okay. Well, stems and or leaves spinescent to some degree, or stems and leaves lacking spines.
Yeah, so literally
I think those are little spines on the branches. So that'd be group C.
Do you see spines?
No. Well, what are they?
like the branch.
Oh, those are scars from
Oh, this whole thing?
branchlets coming
Yeah.
off.
That's neat.
Those are stipules right there, you see.
Okay, never mind. Lacking spines, group D.
It worked.
Okay. Group D on page 65, stems fleshy, constricted at the nodes, leaves scale-like prickleweed, or plants not as above.
The leaves are scale like Tyler pointed out.
But not in the.
They're not
Well, look
that,
at the
so-
picture,
But they're
because
not
it's
that
not
one?
that.
They're not that, so we're gonna
I won't
continue.
flip if you just if I
So
trust
I'm
you.
afraid
I tried to give you
I
credit
hope I
on the
didn't
wrong
take
thing.
us wrong to the key, to the group key.
Oh? Is it in the compound?
I looked it up.
Go ahead, move forward. Let's see what happens.
For which one?
So where are we at?
1A of group D.
Okay, are the stems fleshy?
Yeah.
They're woody.
The leaves are scaly, but I would not consider these stems to be fleshy. Okay, so if that's the case, then the plants would not be as above.
Okay, so 2. Stems and or leaves more or less scurfy or mealy, at least when young, herbage often silvery gray-green, or stems and leaves not scurfy, sometimes hairy. Other characteristics may vary. The first one? Yeah. Okay. Then 3. Buds globose, axillary prominent, or buds not as above in all characters. Not. So mature plants usually more than 1 meter tall, or mature plants less than 1 meter tall. Definitely more than a meter, I think. So that's going to 5. Leaves usually deltoid, rhombic, or ovate, triangular, sometimes subhastate, petiolate, up to 4 centimeters long. Plants of Washington County. Or leaves usually linear, lanceolate, lanceolate, ovate, oblong, spatulate, or elliptical, sometimes petiolate. May or may not be in Washington County.
7.
Yep, 7. Okay. Leaves petiolate, elliptical, lanceolate, oblanceolate, Garfield, Daggett, and Summit cos,
This won't lead us to the right thing.
or leaves sessile or nearly so, especially oblanceolate or linear.
Got mixed up on two.
Heat. If you follow compound.
No, we got mixed up on two.
Didn't we decide that it was sessile?
I think so. Would you say so? Sessile?
Say that one more time.
The leaves are sessile.
They definitely are sessile.
Cool. 8. Longest leaves rarely to 2.5 centimeters long, spatulate, ovate, oblong, fine textured, saline soils, Washington County, or longest leaves to 4 centimeters long, linear, oblanceolate, oblong, or ovate, non-saline sandy soils.
None of those.
Doesn't really sound like either.
Yeah, I think we got mixed up on an earlier couplet.
I think I couplet two.
Yeah, let's
It is not scurfy.
Someone remind me what scurfy means, I already forgot.
So it's oh gosh, hard to describe. It is hard to describe.
Okay. Alright, well, so we went to 3 from couplet 2, right?
Yeah, let's go to 14.
Oops, I dropped my phone. Okay, 14 are stems appearing almost.
Okay, we got a problem.
Okay.
We're in the wrong key.
What?
These have spines.
This
right?
one goes to it.
Yeah,
It goes to it just a lot further.
It does?
Yeah,
on
What
page
page?
82.
yeah. 82.
you.
It's couplet
I
130.
knew that. I knew it. Okay, keep going.
What was that, 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, stems appearing almost leafless, leaves sparse, inconspicuous, or stems leafing. Other characteristics may vary. I think it is, like it appears. I mean, like,
With
general.
leafy.
Because those are the leaves.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be 17? Because it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Leaves with a sage-like odor when crushed, or leaves sometimes aromatic when crushed, but without a sage-like odor. Did anyone sniff it?
Yeah,
No.
no, there's no.
No smell.
So 35. Okay. Leaves usually lobed or cleft to some degree, or leaves mostly entire, serrate, or crenate, sometimes coarsely toothed, but usually not lobed or cleft.
You
76.
guys are going to probably need a loop to determine that. So just to be clear, what is the leaf here?
The little scaly thing.
It's a super
Yeah.
duper tiny little
Every
scaly
little
thing that
tiny
clasps the
scale.
stem. So what's the margin type here?
Entire.
Entire. Yeah.
Okay, so 76. There. Mature leaves whitish or silvery tomatose on one or both sides with conspicuous copious soft hairs. The hairs matted, woolly, or oppressed, more or less obscuring the surface of the leaf. Leaves sometimes appearing terete, if they are so revolute that the tomatose underside does not show. Mature leaves not as above, hairs, if present, usually short, sometimes stiff or rough, or if longer, dense or sparse, but not obscuring the leaf surface.
Not as above, I would say.
So 130.
Yeah, I don't see that they're tomatose, right?
Yeah.
They're still nice and green.
Or revolute. Revolute, what do you think? 130. Branchless deciduous, leaf scale-like, sessile, somewhat oppressed, 1 to 3 millimeters long and less than 0.5 millimeters wide, long slender branches with reddish-brown bark, flowers pink to white, forms thickets along stream courses, lakes, ditch banks, etc., and habitats usually below 2,300 meters, or branches not deciduous.
Okay, it's kind of hard to tell this right now, but do all the characteristics of that couplet A fit? I mean, the leaves are definitely scale-like, right? They're sessile, and they're definitely apressed against the stem, meaning they're laying down against it. Okay. They're 1 to 3 millimeters long, yes. The branches are reddish brown bark. Okay. And the flowers are pink to white. If you want to look, there's some flowers right there.
Oh, really?
Up above your head. Look up over here to your left. You see them? Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, teeny.
Those are purple.
Okay, so what do we have here? Tamarisk. Tamarisk is the common name. The scientific name is Tamarix chinensis, which might suggest what? It's from China. It is an invasive species. And if the parks here were doing their job, they would uproot it and kill it. Okay, this has invaded Utah, mostly along the southern Utah river concourses along the San Juan and Colorado rivers, and it is slowly making its way northward and is now here. But in the riverways, the Green River and the Colorado River, this has become such a problem that it has literally driven out all of the willows, including the sandbar willow and a lot of the willows that usually line the waterways. This has literally taken over. It's been very detrimental, and because of that, a lot of the birds that rely on the willows and that kind of thing for their homes have also been displaced. This is one of the more troubling invasive species that Utah deals with in terms of plants. Okay? So if you ever see this and you see a tiny one, please uproot it and throw it away in the garbage. Okay?
Is this on the 65?
It is, I believe.
That was the
It's a
one that,
different species.
yeah, that you put, I think.
Ramosimia.
Okay, so which one are you talking about?
It's this one right here.
Yeah, here. I have it written. Or yeah, you have it.
That's the one that's on the list.
Okay, on the list
Yeah.
it says
almost-
Tamarix ramosissima. Okay, this is the only species in its genus. So this is a naming issue. So this is considered to be on the list, but because somebody disagrees with the name, it will be different on your bingo list. But you'll notice if you look it up, Ramosissima and Chinensis will probably be synonyms of each other. Okay?
So for like the test, would you want us to know chinensis?
I want you to know Chinensis. And because that's what we have it in our floras. But if you have Tamarix on the list in the bingo list, I'll give it to you. Okay? Tamarisk produces deep roots that dry up springs and waterways. Wow, that's super bad, right? For our little desert. Altering natural ecosystems and threatening fragile desert systems. It lacks natural predators and produces great quantities of seeds, hence its invasiveness. Dam building alters natural flooding, which benefits tamarisk over native vegetation. And so, by the way, these branchlets are deciduous at certain times, but they don't look deciduous now because they're not falling off right now. But notice, well, yeah, notice that we have some bare branches where they have fallen off. So that's a good characteristic. Okay, I think that's going to be our last species of the day. All right.